every rally, every television interview, every campaign speech, and every public appearance. It is now being watched carefully. Both Republicans and Democrats, they know that the road to the next election has already started. And every statement made today, it could influence millions of voters tomorrow. And that is exactly why President Donald Trump's latest remark, it has once again become national headline. During a recent speech, US President Mr. Donald Trump launched a sharp attack on the Democratic Party, declaring that communists will be totally defeated in America. Mr. Trump argued that today's Democrats, they no longer represent traditional liberal values and claimed that the United States would never accept communist-style politics. While he also predicted that the American economy would perform strongly ahead of the upcoming midterm election. Now think about this, American politics has become more polarized than ever before. The political divide is no longer limited to taxes or healthcare. Today, Republicans and Democrats, they disagree on immigration, border security, artificial intelligence, education, climate policy, foreign affairs, election law, government spending, and even America's role in global conflicts. As a result, campaign speeches have become much more aggressive than they were just a decade ago. Leaders are also no longer trying only to convince the undecided voters. They're also trying to energize their own supporters before the next election. Here, Mr. Trump has repeatedly argued that his administration is protecting American jobs, strengthening border security, and rebuilding the economy. His supporters believe that he is speaking directly to the ordinary Americans who feel ignored by their traditional politicians. However, his critics argue that such strong political language, it increases division inside the country and makes compromise even more difficult. Ladies and gentlemen, political experts believe the next midterm election, it could become one of the most important in recent American history. Well, control of Congress, it could influence future immigration policy, tax reform, foreign policy decision, and even President Trump's remaining legislative agenda. And that is why every rally, every campaign stop, and every speech is now attracting a lot of public attention. Well, America's election season may be gathering pace, but the political battle has already entered a new phase. And yes, before we end tonight's program, there is one final story that proves how quickly one unexpected comment, it can dominate headlines around the globe. Love him or criticize him, one thing about Donald Trump has never ever changed. He knows how to capture attention. For years, his speeches, his interviews, and his public appearance, it has produced moments that dominate television debates, newspaper headlines, and social media timelines across the globe. And now, another one of those comments, it has gone viral. Well, during a recent public appearance, US President Mr. Donald Trump praised a rapper who supports the MAGA movement and described her as so hot. That's right. The whole remark immediately spread across social media, generating widespread reaction online and becoming another viral moment during Mr. Trump's public appearances. Now think about this. In today's digital world, political communication, it has completely changed. A single sentence spoken during a rally, it can travel across the globe within minutes. Short video clips are shared millions of times before the full speech is even over. Supporters celebrate those moments. Critics respond almost instantly. Television channels begin discussing them. Political commentators analyze every word. Social media platforms fill with debates, jokes, memes, and opinion. And that is exactly what happened after Trump's latest remark. Now, for many of his supporters, moments like these reflect his unscripted and outspoken personality. Well, they believe that this is one of the reasons why he continues to connect with millions of voters across the United States. But his critics see this very differently. They argue that such remarks often distract attention from more important issues like economy, foreign policy, immigration, and national security. But regardless of which side people support, one reality cannot be ignored. Mr. Trump remains one of the most talked about political leaders in the world. Almost every public appearance creates a new headline. Well, every speech creates a new political debate, and every unexpected remark, it quickly becomes a global talking point. Well, as America moves closer to another important election season, moments like these are likely to become even more frequent.